this is going to be super duper simple, simple, simple. And I just want to talk to you about two things, okay? So quick reminder, like let's have a little bit of a refresh about what a new moon is, because it's the start of a new lunar cycle, okay? So lunar cycle is about 29.5 days, and new moon is right at the start of that. So we are basically in a new chapter, okay? And it is this portal of intention, portal of dreaming, thinking about you and what it is that you want to create, okay? However, it's also really important to think about, sometimes we can find that really hard to think about, what is the intention that I want to set? What is it that I want to create? What is it, the dream or vision that I have? And getting into that space, because we are not used to, or you might not be used to, actually giving that a lot of time and attention, because maybe you're not giving yourself a lot of time and attention. Like, you're not prioritizing your needs and how it is that you are feeling right now in this moment. So that brings me on to Cancer energy, okay? So this new moon is falling under the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is this beautiful, maternal, nurturing, like very feminine, like energy of just wanting to give to others. But actually, all of the zodiac signs have this like high vibration and low vibrational energy, okay? And they all have them. It's just kind of starting to gain an awareness of where you've slipped into either high or low. And we all have all of the zodiac sign energy in our chart. So it's worth checking actually where Cancer energy sits in your birth chart, like what house, what area of your life. So when we're in like high vibe Cancer energy, it is this kind of very maternal kind of, let me like nurture and nourish. It's very like intuitive. It's very in touch with their like your feelings, your emotions, okay? It is, Cancer is literally the moon rules Cancer, okay? So the two are like, they're so in sync, those energies right now. The low vibration of Cancer is actually feeling very the words that's coming into my mind is crab, because literally Cancer is a sign of the crab, but like being crabby, like being really resentful actually, like because I have to give, because people need me, okay, and I need to do X, Y, and Z, but don't, like, kind of almost like you're putting your martyr hat on and being like, oh, I don't really want to do the thing, but they need me to do it, so I'm going to do it. Okay, it's having the awareness that you have slipped into like martyrdom, and realizing that there is a bubbling like resentment under the things that you are doing. And that, my friend, is an indication that your cup is probably very empty right now. Because what I get my clients to think about, and I remind them over and over again, is thinking about how full is your cup right now. Because when we want to be, when we're in the high vibe Cancer energy, we want to be giving and nurturing and nourishing from an overflowing cup. Okay, that's when it feels really good and juicy. But when our cup is really depleted, that's when that resentment starts to bubble, and the kind of, it doesn't feel good to give from that place. So the first thing I want you to think about over this Cancer new moon is actually just how full is your cup, and use that kind of indication of, if you feel like the resentment and like, oh God, okay, I don't really want to do this, but I feel like I should because I'm the one that normally gives and da 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 da. Please sit with that and use that as this like golden information that you have kind of slipped into this territory of Cancer energy. And the way to get back over here is to think about you and what it is that you need and what it is that will fill your cup. And that might actually be, at this time, really foundational things of just like drinking water, making sure you're getting enough sleep, like eating good things that nourish you, moving your body, getting out in nature, like doing things that give you joy. Like that, they are the foundational things that are going to slowly fill your cup up. Okay, so really, I want you to really just sit in that for a moment and really acknowledge like where it is that you are right now. Okay, because like it's a really good sign of showing you how much attention and energy and love that you are actually like giving yourself right now. And it might be that if you're struggling with like setting an intention or thinking about what it is you want to create over a new moon and you're kind of drawing a blank, it might be because there is an imbalance here about actually how much energy and attention, sorry, that you are pouring into yourself. So sit with that first. The second thing is that Cancer like really teaches us the importance of feeling. So, like I said, the moon rules Cancer. The moon is this symbol of your emotions and your feelings and your inner world. And Cancer energy really teaches us to sit with our feelings, to not be afraid of them, I was going to say relish, but it's almost like knowing that sitting in that discomfort of feeling your feelings is so important for you to do, and to not be scared to sit with them because they will pass through you. And actually, as they're passing through you, like wisdom comes from that. Okay. Like, and we have been so conditioned to repress our feelings and, oh, you're being too emotional, or we don't cry, or let's be positive, all of these things. And they've taught us to actually to be scared of feeling our feelings because we feel like we might be trapped in them forever. And so maybe it's better for us to just push them right down and not for us not to look at them and not for us to feel them. But I promise you, your feelings, like, they are this like golden wisdom telling you what needs attention. And when you can sit with that and give yourself that, it's another way of another way of filling your cup up, because you're getting more awareness of you. You're sitting and spending time with you and actually acknowledging the truth of how you are feeling in the moment. And we are also in Mercury retrograde, like right now, which retrograde is essentially a time to go inwards. It's a time for reflection. And Mercury is actually also in the sign of Cancer right now. So what that tells me in a very simple way is that, Mercury being the planet of communication and expression and words and stories, it's like, can you put words to your feelings? So what I mean by this is, so often we can maybe feel that kind of uncomfortable feeling like brewing, or like it's there, but we might just put it under this umbrella term of, oh, I just feel tired, or I just feel a bit stressed, or I'm just like having an off day, or I'm just feeling a bit emotional. Okay, and just kind of leave it at that. But actually, what is underneath that I'm tired or I'm stressed is a much deeper emotion, a much more kind of specific, true to you word that actually really describes how you're feeling. So it might be, and this has been my experience the last 6 months, it might be grief, it might be sadness, it might be pain, it might be disappointment, it might be loneliness. But I promise you, like, it's always one of these deeper things. It's not that, oh, I'm just tired or I'm just stressed. It's something deeper. And so Cancer tells, like, it's telling us to prioritize yourself enough to get really curious with actually what you are really truly feeling, because that knowledge is like this golden wisdom of actually coming home to yourself, of actually sitting with yourself enough to sit with the truth of what you're feeling. And yesterday I was in the park with my girls, and this like download came in when we were in the park, that I was like, oh, I could create this literally 5-minute practice for you to actually put words to feelings. So I'm going to put the link here. It's a completely free resource So for you to actually do that, because sometimes it's hard to do in the moment. So I thought if I could create a little resource for you to actually help you pinpoint the word, I thought that'd be really helpful. So make sure you access that below. But once you are able to like name, like, I'm feeling really lonely, okay, and to just sit in that, to have a cry, to allow yourself to feel lonely, to acknowledge that that is where I am right now and that is the truth of what I'm feeling. You can then start to think about just what, like, one, not like a 10-step plan of anything, but just one baby step of like, what is it that I need in this moment? Okay, I'm feeling lonely. Allowing yourself, we're not rushing the kind of process of feeling it. Like, if you need to, like, have a cry and just allow yourself to just sit in it for a moment, because you're not going to stay like that forever. And it's really important that you actually let yourself feel that for a moment. But then we can also think about, what is it that I need? What is like one thing that I actually need to help in this moment? So it might be touch. It might be like, I need a hug. It might be that I need to speak to a friend. It might be I need community, or I need a bit of solitude, or I need rest, you know? But again, it's sitting with yourself and paying yourself like that much attention that is gonna like actually give you the truth of what it is that you need in that moment. And by giving yourself that attention, witnessing yourself, seeing yourself, that is how you start to fill your cup up, because you're pouring into you. And this thing, did I read it? Or I think I was reading something and then it just kind of landed with me. But I think I'm realizing, like, the more that you pour into yourself, the more that you can actually pour into the world. Because I know that if you are here, if you are interested in astrology, if you are like being drawn to the moon, like all of these magical practices and just like that, you have this feeling of more. There is more for me. There is more that I am here to do, more that I'm like, I want to be more of me. It's for a reason. Like, and even if you don't even clearly know what that dream or vision or thing it is that you want to create right now, if there is that spark and feeling of more, it's because it is assigned to you. So you need to kind of trust that that is there within you for a reason. And I promise you, the more that you pour into your cup and start raising that level, the more that is going to become clear to you of what that is. And I really also encourage you to have a little look at your birth chart, because it is your unique map of your magical mix. No one else on this planet has the same birth chart as you. So have a little look at your birth chart, see where this Cancer new moon, what it is illuminating uniquely for you. It will be activating, I think it's at 21 degrees, this new moon. So find 21 degrees of Cancer and then locate the house. And that will be the area of your life that you're being asked to feel into the most. And if you get stuck or you want a video like tutorial on this, I've done this great moon magic bundle. I'll put the link here for you as well, where I walk you through that. And also I've done a moon calendar, so you're never going to miss a new moon or a full moon or a dark moon. All of these portals that are like this absolute time to pour into you, to pay yourself attention, to pour like energy into you. So that will really serve you. It just literally goes straight into your phone. So I'll put the link for that below. Yeah, so just those two things. So on this Cancer new moon, I want you to sit with how full your cup is right now and be really radically honest with yourself about if that resentment, or like, have you slipped it, have you put on the martyr hat? Because, and I'm saying this with so much love, because that is me. And I fall into that trap. I don't fall into it as much now because I'm Cancer rising. But oh my God, like before this journey, before I had my birth chart read, like almost 5 years ago now, I had like, my hat was always on, my martyr hat was always on. And all the things that I was doing for everyone around me came with this level of resentment, because I was just empty. I didn't even give myself enough attention to even realize that I was that empty. But that resentment is a like real key indicator of you are empty, you are running on fumes. Okay. And then the second thing is to put words to the feelings, to give yourself that attention and the gift of awareness to sit with actually the truth of what you are feeling and put a word to that feeling or words to that feeling, and to sit with that discomfort of I'm feeling lonely, or I'm feeling disappointed, or I'm feeling guilty, or I'm feeling shame, whatever it is, to sit with that, to kind of to honor that as that is your experience, that is the truth of what you are feeling at the moment. You're not just fucking tired, you're not just like stressed or just having a bad day. There is something deeper happening underneath, and I promise you, the more that you sit with that, like, you will then be able to take action on what is next, what's that next baby step that it is that you need. Again, in that free resource that I created, what I think I've called it, what are you really feeling? Oh, okay, I really enjoyed that. This is the second time doing this because Mercury retrograde, the last time I did it, I fluffed up the recording. In fact, oh my god, imagine if the microphone wasn't on. Yeah, it is on, thank god. Okay, sending you all the love in the world, and let me know in the comments how you're feeling, what word found you if you do the free resource, if you get stuck looking at where this Cancer new moon is falling in your birth chart. Like, I'm here for you to discover all the magic, and yeah, I'll see you soon.